Hi friends, in the last class we have seen three problems. I hope you might have gone through that, and today's class I'll be taking two more problems. These two problems will definitely give you more clarity what we have seen so far. Uh, the three activities and how to work out cash flow statements, and by this time I think you are comfortable in identifying the activities. So we start today with illustration 11 from your study material. Prepare cash flow for Gamma Limited for the year ending 31st March 2011 from the following information. So, sales for the year amounted to 135 crores, out of which 60% was cash sales. So, I think we need cash sales, no? So, if you look at it, 135 into 60% is cash sales. Whenever cash sales information has been given with percentage, obviously you should frame a thought in your mind that 40% is credit sales. That may be useful for us to ascertain the information of amount paid to creditors. And that too, cash sales has been given, it means you should assume that, or when you begin the problem, you should have a kind of thinking that, okay, this problem can be cash flow statement with direct method. I'm repeatedly telling you because today I'm concluding the cash flow statement. Let me tell you clearly, he won't be asking. Sometimes they will be specifically asking you to go for indirect method. When net profit is given, generally I think we go for indirect method. But when net profit is not given, when information like cash sales, cash collected from debtors is given, direct method. And please remember, by this time I think you are good in doing, understanding it. Direct method or indirect method is only relating to operating activities. Even though you write the heading direct method or indirect method, it implies you are referring to operating activities. As far as financing activities are concerned or investing activities are concerned, it doesn't affect. Only you should understand direct method or indirect method is only relating to cash flow, the activities of operating activities. Then purchase for the year amounted to 55 crores, out of which credit purchase was 20%. That means cash purchases here. Cash purchases is 55 crores into 20%. This is cash purchases. Okay. So balance is credit purchases. Administrative and selling expense amount 18 crores and salary paid. Then you know this is operating activities. The company redeemed debentures of 20 crores at a premium of 10%. That is 20 crores plus 10% of 20 crores is 22 crores redeemed. Out of 20 crores redeemed, debenture holders are issued equity shares of 15 crores. So debenture holders were issued equity shares of 15 crores towards redemption, and the balance was paid in cash. That means out of 22 crores, 15 crores has been converted into share capital. That is, convertible debentures. So what is balance? 7 crores was paid in cash. 7 crores paid in cash. And along with this, they have also paid 1.5 crores. 1.5 crores has been paid towards debenture interest. I think this fourth point will come under which activity? Financing activity. Is this clear? Financing activity outflow. And dividend paid during the year amounted to 11.7 crores, including dividend distribution tax also comes under financing activity. investment costing 12 crores were sold at a profit of 2.4 crores. I think this is investing activity. Investing activity 12 crores costing 2.4 crores profit means cost plus profit, that is 12 plus 2.4, 14.4 crores is the sale proceeds of investing activity. Is this clear? Then 8 crores was paid towards income tax during the year. I think this you will be deducting after cash generated from operations. Either you direct method or indirect method, you will be getting cash generated from operating activities. Is this clear? And then a new plant of and one more, sorry, 8 points, sorry. A new plant costing 21 crores was purchased in part exchange of old plant. The book value of the old plant was 12 crores, but the vendor took over the old plant at a value of 10 crores only. A new plant costing 21 crores was purchased in part exchange of old plant. The book value of old plant was 12 crores. But the vendor took over the old plant at a value of 10 crores. That means 12 crores worth of plant in exchange, like we exchange the domestic use. Sometimes if gas stove has become outdated, or like we keep on having repairs, or mixie, grinder, whatever it may be, or cooler, or old two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. If you are going for exchange, definitely you will be having the price according to your calculation of depreciation. But they exchange rate generally, I think they will be having the exchange price which is less than our book value. That means you went to buy 21 crore worth of plant by exchanging book value of 12 crore plant. But vendor means seller took over the old plant at a value of 10 crores only. At a value of 10 crores. That means we are feeling, as a businessman, you are feeling 12 crores, but he is accepting the worth of the plant which you are going to exchange is 10 crores. So now out of 21 crores, he is adjusting your old plant 12 crores for 10 crores. That means now what is the amount you need to pay? 21 crores the cost of new plant, 10 crore worth of plant has been exchanged, so you need to pay 11 crores in cash. 11 crores in cash. So this has been paid. This is the payment. Payment has been made. So this is to be taken as investing activity. Is this clear? Then, and the following balances are also provided. Debtors 45, opening, closing 50. Creditors opening and closing has been given. And bank balance opening has been given. And I think bank balance closing has not been given. Generally, in the problem they will be giving you bank balance. But in this case, the closing bank balance has not been given. If it is not given, we will be finding out the cash flow statement, closing balances. How you will be doing it? You know that net cash used, or net cash, net increase in cash and cash equivalents, and then you will be adjusting cash at the beginning. If it is positive, you will be getting the closing balance. I think that will be working out. So even if it is given, it's fine. If it is not given, no need to panic. And then and one more thing I want to tell you. When you're going for direct method, my dear friends, when you're going for direct method, please remember, we don't need to go for changes in working capital. The changes in working capital is needed only in direct method. The comparison of opening debtors and closing debtors is not required when you are going for which method? Direct method. But that comparison is needed when you are going for which method? Indirect method. Is this clear to all of you? Then why this information has been given? The possibility of this information is under direct method. You have seen that in the beginning of my classes, my lecture, I told you amount received from debtors is needed, amount paid to creditors is needed. That is the reason why this information has been given. And for you people, this is very simple. Like in single entry, you learn how to open debtor account and creditors account. The only thing is that we got opening debtors, we got closing debtors, we got credit sales there in the beginning. He says that the 60% was cash sales, total sales we got 40% is credit sales. Then we can easily find out which sales, my dear friends. We can easily find out cash collected from debtors. So is the case of creditors. So just this for this problem, to have a clarity, what I do here, I think some space has been left in the beginning to tell you. So here I am opening debtors account. This is just for tutorial notes. I think you all are doing good in doing it. Debtors account, and opening one more account called as creditors account. This is for cash receipt. We got two balance brought down. Opening balance has been given the problem as 45 crores. Buy balance carried on has been given as 50. To credit sales. What is credit sales here? 135 crores is total sales. 60% is cash sales, means 135 crores into 40%. So 135 into 40%, it is coming to 54 crores. So 45 crores plus 54 crores. 5 plus 4, 9, 99 crores. Is this clear? So 99 minus 50. Okay, 99 means 50 is how much? 49. So 49 is the cash collected. You write if bank balance is given, you write by bank. There is nothing but amount collected. Is this clear? This is your balancing figure. Or this also can be done like this in while doing the problem. If you want to avoid working notes, 45 plus credit sales minus closing balance is cash collected. I think this is what has been done in the problem. And similarly, we need to go for one more account is called as creditors account. I think the same thing. Creditors account, if you open, this is also for cash paid or for amount paid. This time you will be writing buy balance brought down. Creditors account opening balance has been given as 21 crores. To balance carried on has been given as 23 crores. To and then by credit purchases, by credit purchases you can see here what is your credit purchases. The purchase amount is 55 crores, out of which 80% was on credit basis. So 55 into 80%. So 55 into 80%, it is coming to 44 crores. So 44 plus 21. Okay, 44 plus 21, 65. So what is cash paid? This is balancing figure. So 42 crores has been paid to creditors. Is this clear? I think these 2 points here we have explained you already. Sales for the year amount 135 crores, of which 60% was cash sales. Purchase for the year amounted to 55 crores, of which Trade purchase was 80%. Is this clear? Then next, I think we have completed these adjustments. We start looking at the problem. Cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2011 using what has been given, direct method. So cash flow from operating activities, cash sales I have already explained you, cash receipts, I think this is what he has done. Opening balance plus credit sales minus closing balance. Direct you can get. That means instead of doing the working notes like this, I think this way also you can do. Even the same concept you can use even for single entry if needed. But only suppose radar account is not needed. To prepare cash account, we can follow opening balance plus credit sales minus closing balance is cash collected. Cash purchases 20%, 80% credit purchase is at 20%. This we have discussed. Cash payment to suppliers, same. Opening balance plus credit purchases minus closing balance is cash payment to creditors. Cash paid to employees. I think you have seen. Cash paid to employees has been given here. Administrative selling expense amount to 18 crores and salary paid amounted to 22 crores. I think this is what has been mentioned as cash paid to employees and cash payment for overheads, administrative selling expenses. Then we are getting cash generated from operation. So previous problems we were doing everything in the outer column. I think this is one more way where you can do in the inner column, then you can come back to outer column. I mean, this is depending upon, or you can directly go for outer column. Whatever the way you wish to work out the problem is your wish. Okay, no problem. I think we have done like inner column also some problems, no issue. So cash generated from operation 37. From that, if you deduct income tax paid, you are getting net cash generated. If you are getting negative value, you will be using used. Otherwise, we can write net cash generated from operating activities. Is this clear to all of you? And I have told you already, under direct method, we won't be considering changes in working capital. Then we can go for cash flow from investing activities. This already I told you, sale of investment 12 crores plus profit of 2.4 crores. This explanation I have already given here. I have given here 14 to 14.4 crores is sales. Okay, then payment for purchase of fixed assets also I told you, exchange of asset 10 crores and 11 crores. So net cash used in investing activities. Is it net cash used or net cash generated? That is important point. We need to understand, are you getting negative value or are you getting positive value? You are getting positive value. So I think we can't use the word net cash used. We need to use the word net cash generated or net cash from. It's a mistake here. This is a mistake. Okay, I'm writing off. You should use net cash from investing activities 3.4 because your receipts are how much? Cash flow from investing at 14.4. Whereas payment for purchase of fixed assets is how much? 11 crores. So 3.4 positive. Next, cash flow from financing activities. In this redemption of debentures, I have already told you 15 crores worth of debentures has been converted into equity shares. Then interest paid also has been given. Dividend paid including dividend distribution tax also has been given. Now here it is correct. Net cash used because you are getting negative, no? All are payments, all are outflows. There is no inflow. Redemption of debenture is outflow, isn't it? This is redemption of debenture is just for information I am writing. Outflow. For you to understand. This is also outflow. This is also outflow. For you to understand I am writing. Whenever there is an outflow, you know, it used to put it in brackets. So you are getting now, this is correct. Net cash used in financing activities. So now you look at the totals of here. 29, you take the calculator, 29 crores, then followed by you subtract, 3.4 positive minus 20.2. I think we are having net increase in cash or net increase in cash, and net increase in cash is 12.2 crores. and cash at the beginning of the year. I told you some in previous problem they are using cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the period, even though you don't have any equivalent. That means, say, different models why they are working out in the illustrations is that to tell you, if you are having equivalents, it is compulsory to use cash and equivalents at the beginning of the periods. If you don't have equivalents, then we can directly write cash at the beginning of the period. Is this clear? So you better understand, I told you in the previous problem, whether equivalent is there or not, we will be using cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period. But in the problem they have worked out, you go by that. Even if you write cash at the beginning, cash and equivalent at the beginning of the period, there is nothing wrong in that. So 12.2 crores plus 6 crores cash at the end of the period, or cash and equivalent at the end of the period. Actually, this was missing in the solution in the question, which was missing closing balance. I think now we got it now. But in previous problems, you have seen the closing balance also given. So the closing balance is given, closing balance is not given, no issue. Or sometimes, maybe I've seen few problems there earlier in some material. Sometimes opening balance is missing. I think the difference between net increase and the cash in. Suppose the 6 crores is missing. 18.2 minus 12.2, we can get 6 crores. Sometimes this will be here in the question, this will be missing information. This they will be giving you, like we have seen in single entry. So no issue, I think you can understand. But generally, the problem so far we have worked out, you are having the bank opening balance or cash opening balance, bank closing balance or cash closing balance, or both cash and bank opening balance, cash and bank closing balance. But in this case, what is that we are having? Opening bank balance has been given, but closing bank balance has not been given. That can be taken as a missing information. Okay. Then next, this is a very interesting problem. We are looking at the sole proprietor cash flow statement. Actually, we have seen so far about the cash flow statement for corporate entities. But I think this is surprise element. Suddenly they may pick up the problem like this. Surprise element. Corporate entities, we have seen it. Now I think he is having the problem where sole proprietor cash. Like anybody can prepare cash flow statement. You and me also can prepare cash flow statement for our domestic transactions. It's to have a clarity like. Of course, we won't be having financing activity, investing. Very rarely you may have investing activity. But generally, most of our activities are for meeting daily needs. We all are operating. We say, if you domestic use, you try to apply the cash flow statement, which are which are mainly related for carrying of our activities. It can be called as operating principal activities. Okay, the main activities. I think this is the problem where from the following balance sheet of Mr. Jan. That is where this problem I've chosen actually to explain a few things. Prepare a cash flow statement as per AS3 for the year ended 31st March 2011. Now, I was referring to you generally, the last problems we have seen, this was current year, this was previous year. But here, in this case, you have seen, this is previous year, this is current year. Capital, opening balance, and you know how you get closing balance? Opening capital plus net profit plus interest on capital minus drawings minus interest on drawings, you get closing capital. Now keep it in your mind. Trade payable. If it is indirect method, we need to go for comparison of trade payable. I think there is an increase in trade payable. Increase in trade payable means if it is indirect method. I will too early without reading the problem. I am telling you. If it is indirect method, changes in working capital is important. So if that is the case, I think there is a increase in trade payable. If there is an increase in trade payable, what will happen, my dear friends? Cash flow will be, inflow will be there. Zen loan, I think Zen loan has been taken from Zen by the firm, and that loan has been paid. So this has been paid means it's outflow. This is financing. No? Now loan from bank, if you don't have any other information, loan from bank 3 lakh when it has gone up to 40,000 and 4 lakhs means the loan has been taken for how much? 80,000. So I think the difference, if you don't have any adjustment, I think the loan has been taken. It is inflow. Inflow of how much? 80,000. Here outflow is outflow of is how much? 2 lakhs, because 2 lakhs opening balance you are having. You don't have any closing balance. That means 2 lakhs has been paid. Then look at the land. Land opening balance 6 lakhs. Beginning. Land, generally for land there will not be, unless specifically information is being given. We shall take as excuse me, we shall take it as loan. The land has been, if you look at the opening balance and closing balance, increase in the closing balance, additional land has been acquired. Okay, I think this is your investing activity. Plant and machinery, I think we need to see. Generally plant and machinery we will be having generally an adjustment, so we'll let us see, but it is investing activities. Inventory, trade receivable. If it is indirect method, these are called as current assets. If it is indirect method, current asset inventory has decreased. When inventory has decreased means, when your inventory increases, cash outflow. Inventory decreases, cash inflow. This is inflow. Where you take changes in working capital. Trade receivable. Trade receivable, it has gone up. When trade receivable has gone up, there is a decrease in cash flow, because what happened? Your customers are postponing the payment. Of course, this you can take as a cash and cash equivalents, right? Then additional information. A machine costing 80,000, accumulate depreciation thereon 24. I think for all of you this is a very important basic revision of accumulated depreciation. Basic revision of accumulated depreciation. I want to give you a pass for 1 minute, so that you need to, I read this, I'll be giving the pass, because I can't have direct interaction with you. If this is in the classroom, I could have put a question waiting for your answer. So what I do, first I'll read this paragraph before I start. I want to pass, and for a while, then I'll be putting the question, then I'll be giving 1 minute time, then you need to reply to yourself, okay, about this particular adjustment. A machine costing 80,000, accumulated depreciation thereon 24,000, was sold for 40,000. This is full stop. This particular thing has been completed. Say, sold for 40,000. I think this, sir, what is new thing in this? This is inflow of your investing activity. Now, the provision for depreciation on 1/4/2010 was 2 lakhs, and 31st March 2011 was 3 lakhs 20,000. That is in the beginning. Provision for depreciation on machine is talking about is 2 lakhs, and that was provision for depreciation at the end 3 lakh 20,000. The net profit for the year ended on 31st March 2011 was 3 lakh 60,000. So net profit has been given means, I think you know that we are going by which method? Indirect method. Is this clear? The net profit was given because we don't have cash sales, etc. So cash collected from debtors is not there. So definitely it is which method? Indirect method. Now you read for a while, then I'll put a question to you, then I'll be giving 1 minute, you need to answer. Plant in which 640, 440 has been given now. at cost price or book value. You think of it. Okay. Now I think by this time you might have come to a conclusion. See, plant and machinery is book value. What the answer? Plant and machinery is what is answer? Book value. Profit or loss on sale, you can easily tell me. 80,000 costing has been given. That is 80 minus 24,000. How much? 66,000, no? Was sold for 40,000 means you are getting a loss of 26,000 loss. Am I right? What is the loss you are getting? 66,000 minus 40. 80,000 minus 24,000. Machine costing 80,000. Accumulated depreciation is 24. So 80 minus 24,000, it is going to get 56. Sorry, 56,000 is the book value on the date of sale. 56,000 minus 40,000. You are getting a loss of how much? 16,000. This loss they might have adjusted to profit and loss account under indirect method. This will be working out in the working notes. So I think the first question is simple, you can answer. Second question is now, sir, how you will be knowing it? How you will be knowing it? How you will be knowing it that shall I erase it? Everything you got it clarity. Sir, how we will be knowing it that it is a book value? My dear friends, when accumulated depreciation account is being maintained, it should appear in the balance sheet or it should appear in the trial balance. Are you following? When accumulated depreciation is given, it should appear in trial balance or balance sheet. When accumulated depreciation is not appearing either in the balance sheet or trial balance, then asset is appearing at cost price, because this is balance sheet now. Have you got anywhere accumulated depreciation? No. Therefore, this plant and machinery book value. See, I think you all are aware that you have learned in company accounts also that generally in the balance sheet, even though you are creating provision for depreciation, asset account will appear in the balance sheet format at book value. But accumulated depreciation you will be showing in the notes to accounts. So even though it's a sole proprietor, balance sheet, even though you are following accumulated depreciation, when it comes to balance sheet, this is a very important point. When it comes to balance sheet, it will appear at book value. This is very, very important point. Very few people will really remember this. You got the solution, simply we can follow. But I am repeatedly telling you, you recollect yourself, you recapitulate yourself what we have discussed in company accounts. When it comes to balance sheet, when you show the asset in the balance sheet, the asset in the balance sheet will be showing a book value, even though you are creating provision for depreciation. But when it comes to trial balance, the provision for depreciation account continues to appear. So the reason is that why provision for depreciation has not been given in this is because it is balance sheet. If you are having the information of trial balance, you can see for yourself, you remember, you recapture or insurance claim problem. I was explaining you claim for loss of asset, land and building, plant, etc. In the trial balance, you are having provision for depreciation. So, is this clear to you? See, provision for depreciation, if you trial balance, it appears. But when it comes to balance sheet, even though you are preparing provision for depreciation, you are maintaining provision for depreciation, asset account will always appear at which value? Book value. Otherwise, unless there is a possibility, the provision for depreciation may appear on the liability side. You can see, but that is possible for sole proprietor. But for company, definitely format doesn't allow you to show provision for depreciation in the balance sheet liability side. For a change, we are working out a problem of sole proprietor cash flow statement. These kind of surprises you can expect in the examination. I think you got a clarity. So now is this clear? This is book value of plant and machinery. So before I go to this, let me directly take you to working notes of plant and machinery. The reason is working notes of plant and machinery, why I am going is, so far I haven't got the depreciation that has been charged into profit and loss account. I haven't got the information of depreciation that has been charged into profit and loss account. I haven't got the information on loss on sale. I think these two information is needed for me to find out net cash generated from operating activities. Net cash generated from operating activities. For these two reasons, what I am doing, I am opening plant and machinery. Now, immediately the question which comes to your mind is, sir, opening balance, you can see, sir, plant and machinery has been given as 6,40,000. I told you this is current year. This is, I've already explained, this is, sorry, previous year. This is current year, sorry. So, plant and machinery opening balance 640, no? Closing 440, no? But how much it has been taken here? 6,40,000. The reason is that when you are opening a asset account, when provision for depreciation is being maintained, it is shown at cost, no? To get cost, book value plus the opening account called as provision for depreciation. Opening balance. You can see that we are having here the provision for depreciation on 1/4/2010. Provision for depreciation on 1/4/2010 was 2 lakhs. Provision for depreciation on 31st March. This is opening. This is closing. Is this clear? That is why, because when you are opening an account, it is at cost, no? So they have added provision for depreciation. So is the case. What is closing balance? This is book value plus provision for depreciation closing. So I think now this is cost price. This is cost. This is sale proceeds has been already been given, and you know that you might have learned the entry. Even in hire purchase we have learned asset disposal. What is the entry for provision for depreciation? Provision for depreciation account will continue as long as asset is being continued. When asset is sold, to the extent asset sold, provision for depreciation account is being closed by transferring either to asset account or asset disposal account. If that is the case, the entry which you will be writing is that provision for depreciation account at R2. Provision for depreciation account at R2. Plant and machinery. What is the provision for depreciation on plant that has been sold? It has been given on 1/4. The provision for depreciation on plant sold was, that is accumulated depreciation, or is how much? 24,000. This 24,000 will be transferred to which account? Profit to asset account. Provision for depreciation account at R2, plant and machinery. You can see in plant and machinery, what is that you write? By provision for depreciation. Now I think you got the clarity. This is sale proceeds. This is depreciation up to the date of sale. What is the cost price of asset? 80,000. 80,000 minus 64. Sir, what is 64? How you got 64, sir? 40 plus 24 is how much? 64. That means you have sold 40,000. Provision for depreciation 24. Still you are getting a loss of difference is how much? 16,000. Or you can find out, I have told you already, 80,000 minus cost price minus depreciation is 24. 80 minus 24, I told you, coming to 56,000, was sold for 40,000. So you are getting a loss of 16,000. This is loss. You can also try like this. Or what he has done, 80,000 minus this two. You are getting a loss of 16,000. Are you following? Then this closing balance also I told you. Now, in provision for depreciation, opening balance 2 lakhs. This is what you got from here, 2 lakhs. And closing balance 3,20,000. I think you got the clarity. And this is, have we given the entry here, provision for depreciation to plant and machinery transfer on the date of sale. Transfer on the date of sale. What is transfer on the date of sale? It is 24,000. So therefore, the difference is the depreciation that has been charged in the year. This will be transferred into which account? Profit and loss account. This is current year depreciation. Whenever you are opening, you are maintaining provision for depreciation, you write the entry profit and loss account that are to provision for depreciation. You got the clarity on this? Then third working notes is about opening capital. Opening capital has been given as 10 lakhs. And in the problem you got net profit. No, net profit was given here. What was net profit given? 3,60,000. I told you. Opening capital 10 lakhs plus net profit. This is given in the problem. Minus closing capital also given in the problem. Opening capital plus net profit minus closing capital. All these things has been given in the problem. I think this is drawings. That is amount withdrawn. So amount withdrawn. Amount withdrawn by the proprietor will be taken as financing activity. Capital investment is financing activity. Amount withdrawn also financing activity. Financing activity. This is outflow. What is outflow? 1,36,000 is nothing but your outflow. I think we can go back. So now you can start the heading. Cash flow statement of Mr. Jain as per accounting standard 3 for the year ended 31st March 2011. Cash flow from operating activity, net profit given 3,60,000. Adjustment for depreciation on plant and machinery. This already told you. Working notes number 2, 1,44,000. We got it now. That has been charged to profit and loss account, because net profit, you will be getting net profit after adjusting depreciation, because you want to find out operating profit before working capital. And I have told you which method we are following for this. Indirect method. Whenever net profit is given, we are following which method? Indirect method. Indirect method, if you look into it. So net profit given, depreciation on plant and machinery, we got it from working notes. Loss on sale, because you will be debiting to P&L account, no, we are adding it back. This also we have done, we have learned. Then operating profit before working capital changes. Then I told you decrease in inventory. Decrease in inventory is inflow. I told you already here. Decrease in inventory, you might have seen. Inflow. Decrease in inventory, inflow. Then increase in trade receivable is nothing but decrease in cash flow. You can see decrease in inventory, inflow. Increase in trade receivable is outflow. Increase in trade payable. Increase in trade payable means what happened? You are blocking the money. You are by postponing the payment, you will be having available cash, 3,20,000, 3,52,000. When creditors increases, you will be able to save some money. That money can be used for it leads to, simple words, it leads to Increase in inflow. Simple logic. See, I have to pay 10 rupees. I am paying 2 rupees. 8 rupees I am saving it now. Is it not inflow? If I pay 10 rupees, it is outflow. Out of 10 rupees, I said I am paying 2 rupees. The liability is increased by 8 rupees. That amount I am able to save. It is inflow. Okay. 3,20,000 minus 352. It is coming to 32,000. Okay, that is what has been done. Now you are getting net cash generated from operating activities. Cash flow from investing activities. Sale of machinery 40,000. Then purchase of land. I told you land, the difference. 6 lakhs is the opening. Closing is 8 lakh 80. We don't have any adjustment. So 6 lakhs minus 8 lakh 80. 2 lakhs 80,000 is nothing but purchase of land. So now we are getting outflow. So we are using the word net cash used in investing activity. Next, cash flow from financing activity. Repayment of Mrs. Jen's loan. Here I have told you is outflow financing activity, and loan from bank is 80,000 is inflow. You can see that loan from bank is inflow and repayment of Jen loan is outflow. I have also told you drawings is working notes number 3 is outflow. How much you got drawings here? Yeah. Drawings 1,36,000. So we are getting negative now. Whenever you are getting negative, I told you to use net cash used in financing activities. Okay. So 2,56,000. So now you can see, you can go for it. 4,72,000 minus 2,40,000 minus 2,56,000. So we are having negative value. What is negative value we are having? 24,000 negative. So net decrease in cash. And what is opening balance given? 80. So opening 80 has become 56 because out of 3 activities there is a decrease in cash. Outflow is more than inflow. So we are having closing cash balance. I think we are having the closing, opening and closing balance also has been given. You can see cash 80 in the beginning, cash at the end 56 means. Obviously you can see you are getting the solution here, hint here itself. 80 minus 56 is how much? 24,000. Okay, the 24,000 is net decrease in cash. So net increase in cash or net decrease in cash plus opening balance will be the closing balance. I think with this I have tried to cover all models. But I think last class 6th, 7th, 8th problem has been taken. 9th and 10th is a direct method that you can do. 11th is a homework I have given, assignment or whatever it may be. And then 11th and 12th problems I have worked out. Then at the end of the chapter you are having some practice questions. I think that you can practice. So with this I am concluding the cash flow statement. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Good luck.